has taken a turn for the worse. It is absolutely freezing here in England. Every year I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how cold it is. I'm on the search for a new boot, not just like a standard black leather boot. I'm on the search for like a cool, trendy, you know, unique boot. So this did catch my eye. Today's video, we do have the Crocs Echo Boot. It's very much giving, when I instantly saw it, it's giving Yeezy boot because of this puffy bit here and especially the drawstrings. That's what kind of attracted me to it. But obviously this is like a fraction of the price of a Yeezy boot. It's a very interesting design. It is a new design that they have brought out. So we're going to go into the details of this because it does actually have some very nice details and it is very good for the winter. It's giving very durable, very stable. Before we get into today's video, if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to stay updated with all my latest videos. So quickly starting off with boxing, they do come in this big neon green Crocs box, which is pretty standard. Mine is quite badly damaged, as you can see. Not a very sturdy box, but you know, they are some heavy kind of boots. So the actual inspiration behind this Crocs boot, of course, in the name, it is the Echo boot. So it does have the Echo part of the sole, which is here on the design. We kind of have a very, very similar design, although they have tweaked it a little bit, obviously, because it is a boot. The boot is actually quite heavy, and that is because of this sole. However, they have changed the rubber tread as well. So this is a lot more thicker. We've got a lot more traction here as well, which obviously makes the boot more chunkier and heavier. The Echo design is definitely one of the ones that stands out there compared to some of the other Crocs and clogs. The silhouette on the bottom as well, especially this huge traction, reminds me of some of the Converse run styles. Very, very similar. Obviously, the chunkiness is very, very in at the moment. Also, with a winter boot as well, you want a boot that has a lot of traction, a lot of grip. So, you know, if there is snow, you know, you've got a shoe that can deal with it. So I do think out of all the brands, Crocs has one of the perfect materials and styles for a winter boot. In terms of some of those finer details, you do have a small Crocs plastic logo here on the outer side as well. You don't have this on the inner side. This is usually where you would find the strap at the back, but obviously we don't have a strap here. There is also a logo, a small logo on the top, on the forefront here. Now, if we take a look towards the top of the boot, this is probably my favorite part of the whole boot. We have this puffy material here. You will also notice we do have some suede patches on the side, and that is on either side. I think it's more for design because in terms of support, I don't think, you know, it's that thick. So I'm not sure it's going to give you that extra support around the ankle. But you kind of don't need it because you have this absolutely humongous thick rubber at the back to support your heel anyway. Also, in terms of laces, I guess we don't have the kind of normal standard laces. We have a more of a kind of drawstring going on here. But these are very, very long. As you can see, they are wrapped around the whole entire boot, which I really like that from an aesthetic point of view. In terms of kind of making the boot tighter, you obviously have a toggle here which you can make tighter. But I do think that kind of, I don't know, it depends whether you like that kind of style. I think I like the kind of bagginess around the foot. But obviously, if you do want to make it tighter, you have that option to toggle it in, and you've got enough drawstring, so you can definitely make it tighter. On the back of the boot as well, you do have two pull tabs, which you can use to get your foot into the shoe, although I don't think you necessarily need them, but I do think that is a nice part of the design. It does look good. Now, I didn't actually know what the best part of this boot was until I tried it on. Now, take a look at this. Inside, we have this fleecy fur material, and it feels absolutely insane. This material is literally my favorite material for kind of pajamas and cozy things like that. If you want to stay warm, then this is it. You know when it's serious when on the tag of the Crocs they have insulated sole. I feel like you have more of a guarantee that it's going to keep your foot warm. And I'm not joking, when I tried it on, I was actually surprised at how warm it was inside. And I didn't realize how warm it was inside until I took my foot back out and I felt like my foot was absolutely freezing. So that is definitely absolutely perfect for winter. If you want to keep your feet warm, then this is definitely going to do the job. And I feel like that's a lot of problems that I have with some other boots, especially kind of leather boots. I just find that a lot of boots that I have don't actually keep my feet warm. Even though they are chunky and they're thick, they're still not keeping my feet warm. Whereas I feel like this is definitely insulated properly, so it is actually going to keep your feet warm. So for these, I went true to size, so I just got my normal size because I thought I'd be wearing thick socks with these, because I didn't realize how warm they would be inside. But I do think that you do not need to wear thick socks with these, and you can get away with just wearing them with a, you know, a normal standard pair of socks. However, I would then recommend going a size down, because I do think that these for me with normal socks are just a little bit too big. As I said, I don't really want to be toggling this like very, very tight. I like it kind of loose and that puffy kind of vibe. Now, in terms of comfortability, as I said, it feels absolutely amazing. Putting your foot into this is literally just like pajamas for your feet. The one thing I'm not 100% sure about is that I don't find that it's kind of comfortable in terms of the sole of it is very thick and rubbery. I don't think you get that kind of extra comfortability because there's no like plush foam. So I think that is one thing to bear in mind, but they may just need wearing in. Personally, wouldn't do loads of walking in these. I don't think they're, you know, the most comfortable shoes in terms of the bottom. I do think that there is some slight amendments that I would make because the bottom is so chunky and so big. I would have liked to see the puffy material a little bit higher. That's just a personal preference for me. I feel like I would have liked it to cover more a little bit of my leg, just because the bottom is so chunky. I feel like you need to compensate it at the top. What I didn't realize though is actually on the Crocs website there is so many different versions of boots. So if this Echo bit is not your style, you can actually get a normal Crocs on the bottom as well. I definitely think though that this is better because I think you need something thicker and chunkier, and I feel like the Crocs doesn't actually have a huge chunky sole. These came in at £115, $130, which to be honest with you, I don't think is that bad. I do think that if you do purchase these will last you a very, very long time because the quality and material is very durable. The Echo boot does come in other colorways as well if you did want to check it out. There is also a cream and a dusty olive colorway. Overall, I do really like unique looking shoes and sneakers, and I definitely think that this fits the criteria. I just need you guys to put your foot into this so you can experience what I'm feeling. Even my hand, it just feels so amazing. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments below, and if you have any boot recommendations, please also do leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.